Welcome to another StereoPhoto Maker tutorial. Today we're going to talk about color correction. StereoPhoto Maker provides a lot of options for color correction, and I can't really cover everything, but I'm going to show you a few things that I find useful the most often. First, let's open a stereo image. So this was taken into a bright light source, and the colors are a bit washed out. We can give it a little bit more of a punch and a pop using the levels adjustment. So we go to Adjust, Color Adjustment, and you can see there's a bunch of different options that you get there. We're going to do levels. This is probably about the simplest thing. And you can set the black and white points. Notice that I've got this box checked so that it links the adjustments in both sides together. You don't have to do that if you have an image which for some reason the color balance didn't turn out the same between the halves. You can uncouple them, but for this image they both had the same sort of defect. So I'm going to bump up the black point there and get rid of that sort of dead area in the histogram. And then I can also bump down the white point a little bit. I think that gives it a little bit more pop. So we'll click OK there. And I do think that the image has, is a bit more vibrant. It's not a great photo anyway, but better than it was. So we can do an undo if you want to see what it looked like beforehand. And you can see that it's a bit washed out. Next, another common thing is when you'll find, especially with twin rigs, that one image didn't expose quite the same as the other, and I've kind of doctored a perfectly fine image to illustrate that. You can see that the right-hand image here is a little more washed out. The bushes here are not as dark. The red of the hubcap or the wheel is not as bright. So you can match the color of one image to the other. So if I go to Adjust, Auto Color Adjustment, I can pick which image I want to be the reference to match the other image to. And in this case, it's the left image. So I do that, and now you can see that the bushes are again dark, and this wheel is a little closer. It's not precise, but it's closer than it was. And you could use some of the other tools to tweak that in a little further if you wanted to. Finally, let's open another photo. Um, it's common, especially with more simple-minded cameras, to get uh, exposures that are fooled by backlighting, which is clearly the case here. The more interesting thing is the bird, not the background. So here we can go to Adjust Color Adjustment. Instead of levels, we're going to go to Curves. And here you can pick a point and bend the curve. So in exposure situations like this, just the black and white points don't help you very much, but you can change, in effect, the gamma by clicking in the middle, making a point, and then I can drag this down a little bit, and that actually makes it worse. So you can see the bird got darker, but we'll go up a little so that the curve bends the other direction. And now we can see the bird much better, and the colors in the bird are pretty saturated compared to what they were. So I'll click OK so you can see what that looks like. And then just to remind you what we changed, go to Edit, Undo, and there we're back to the poor exposure. So that's three things you can that I most commonly use the color adjustment options for. You can play around, and you probably know more than I do about color adjustment if you've done a lot of work in Photoshop or GIMP or things like that. So that concludes this tutorial. Thanks for watching.